Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be cleaning up a rare electric motor. This motor was manufactured by the Domestic Electric Company, which was located in Cleveland, Ohio. This company was in business from approximately 1915 and it was purchased by Black & Decker around the crash of 1929. I do not know whether or not the motor runs. It doesn't have a plug on it, but before we even get to that part, we're going to take it apart, disassemble it, clean it, and see how it goes from there. One thing I did notice, the motor has these oil tubes. These do not look like they were original to the motor. Previous owner looked like he fabricated those and made them so that perhaps there was something spinning on the shaft and he needed a little bit more access to the oil hole. So probably leave them on there just because they're part of the history of the motor. Anyways, it's a heavy little motor. I sure have a weakness for these old fractional horsepower motors. I have quite a collection of them, and it's fun taking them apart and cleaning them up, and hope that you enjoy watching this one going through the process of being refurbished. I ran into an interesting situation when I removed the old bearings from this motor. The old bearing, as you can see here, is a Fafnir 5113. The interesting thing about that is that bearing number, first of all, it's not manufactured anymore. Secondly, it's a double row bearing. So it appears that when this motor was built, they took this bearing, which would have been together in a double row, and they cut it in half, and they used a half on each side. So as opposed to doing that, the closest modern bearing that matches this one is an R8. The R8 has the same internal bore. It's just a hair smaller on the outside diameter, probably about a 1/16 of an inch or so. So what I did to compensate for that was I used a piece of shim stock around the outside of the bearing, and as you can see here, it fits perfectly inside the housing. And these are the two new old stock bearings that I used. These are both made in the USA. They're brand new, old stock. Well, changing out those bearings for the R8 bearings worked pretty well. Using that little shim in there to make up the difference in the housing. Seemed to be running pretty good, running pretty smooth. The motor's drawn almost 5.5 amps, close to it. For a 1/4 horsepower motor, that's a pretty good draw. It's a strong little motor. We put the little oilers back in there from the original owner, and the motor seems to be running nice and strong and quiet. So I think it came out pretty well, and we're looking forward to working on the next project. Thank you very much for watching the video.